Welcome back to Make Machines. On today's episode we're going to be finishing up our little welds here in the front that we did the other day. And I'm going to cut out this piece first because it's bothering me. I don't like the sharp corner in there. I'm going to do that. I'm going to clean up the welds. And then I'm going to undo the modifications I did for my door pillars so I can mount my doors back on the way they go. Because as much as I like to do a suicide door, it's going to take way too long to get it all built for. And I need to get some room in here so I can move all this junk out of here so we can extend out our garage. So I'm going to use my air die grinder to get the real fine stuff in the corner here that I couldn't get with my grinder because I didn't have enough room. As you can see here, I already put on my suspension back on, which I just zapped that back together, so wasn't changing anything, wasn't fixing anything, so I just put it back together the other day so I can get my tire on and I could roll this back or roll it off somewhere out of the way. Yeah, we'll get to it. Alrighty, so I got pretty much all the weld all cleaned up. I gotta do some more welding here. A little spot I missed here. Other than that, it all looks pretty okay. Clean up a little bit more with the flapper wheel. Just make it all somewhat smooth, and then it'll be good from there. Before I get the welder out, I'm going to move on to my doors over here. So what I'm going to do is clean out all this weld here, make that nice, even. I'm going to clean out all this up here, knock this down. Just clean it up, see if there's any holes or light spots that I need to hit with the welder. Like there is right up here, I see. And after that, I'm going to take the grinder. I'm going to hit my 3 holes here. my 3 holes down here, because that's where my holes are that I need for my door hinges. So I made little plates, made a little filler, put them in there. So I'm just gonna grind it out pretty much and then knock them out. Alright, so let's clean this up because that's gonna take the longest. Alright, so you can see here, I pretty much got to re-weld all the entire top corner here. I got a bunch of little spots there and here, all throughout there. I got to fill up. So I can kind of see the outline of where those were. But I can definitely see where it was on the inside. So I'm going to go on the inside here and give it a little tap with my air hammer to see if it'll knock them out or not. So you knocked them out. Came out pretty easily. Well, some of them did. Oh, that ripped out the whole entire bottom there. And sucked. Alrighty, now you see I actually took out quite a bit there. I gotta get all this all welded back up and then knocked back down, make it look all nice again. And I took out the 3 there and took out the 3 here, but fortunately I took out corner pieces there, so I gotta weld those back up too. So I gotta do some welding here, welding up there, and I'll knock that all down again. Weld all this up down here. Now before I do that, get the welder out, I'm gonna move on to the other side where to get that side done. Been set up and all ready. So I just bring out the welder and do it all in one shot on each corner, and then get my doors put on. So I can get them out of the way for now. I put my sidebar in, Seen better days, that's for sure. Well, let's move on to the other side. Alright, so I got it all set up, got a little more, got some welding to do on this side. So we're going to tack this all up, or weld it all up, get rid of all these gaps and stuff, these little pinholes, and we're going to knock it all down, move on to the next one. Alrighty, so that's the driver's side all done. Just gotta throw some paint on it. So I don't have to worry about it rusting up. And from there, I'm ready to put my door on this side. So we're gonna do the front corner next, and then we're gonna do my other side, and we're gonna be ready. And put the doors on, and from there, see what's next. So I'm gonna get set up over there, and I'll be back then. Alrighty, so I had the spot here I needed to weld up. Missed the hole. Got a little pinhole here, and then I took a little too much out of the high spot here, so I gotta weld this back up and get that back together. That's what I gotta do for the front corner. So weld this back up, knock it down a little bit again, fill that, and we'll be good. Alright, so got it all welded up, got the two little spots fixed. It's all good now, so I'm just gonna paint it. Alright, so we're all set up already. I'm gonna get all this welded up, all the little holes, the little spots, get it all fixed. We're gonna knock it all down and be ready to put the door on. Alright, so we finished up that pillar and got everything all done. Ready to put the doors on. In the meantime, I got my brackets, or my nuts for my doors. Got them, I cleaned them up, and just primered them just to keep them from rusting up again. Then I got all my bolts out, threads, and then all the holes. It's all lubricated, so I'm ready to put them in. Now for fancy 1960s technology, my bolts bolt on this plate. And the plate sits in here on a little shelf they made for it. And then it just sits there and hangs out there. And that is where I messed up. You heard the little tick tick? That was me locking and unlocking the door, making sure everything worked, but unfortunately, that one action caused the locking mechanism to bind up because it's old and been out in the weather for the past couple years since I had it off, and you see, whoops. So now it's stuck. So next I spend the next probably half an hour. There we go. It was unlocked. It was just locked the whole entire time.
Yeah, I think it was stuck.
Yeah, it was super stuck. I thought it was locked. That was my downfall.
Yeah, because I just knocked it down and then really pull it back out.
Yeah, so it's down and back.
Yeah, we better make sure that works. That's the spiders in there. They were holding it closed.
On the bottom. And with that, the little finesse and some force, I got my doors back on. Like you see, I had my my latch get stuck. As you saw, my latch gets stuck, so brother came out and he gave me a hand, get it open. It required 2 people. Yeah, it happens, but it all works now. Can open and close my door. I got my door on. They're looking good. So with that, thank you for watching, and always, if you'd be so kind to like, comment, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it, and on to the next one. We're one step closer to getting this thing done.